Mr. Nyang, do you have the vouchers with you?
No, I have the vouchers.
Madam Chair, firstly I want to appeal to your Honorable Chair and all members of this commission that we wanted to go and collect the vouchers, but actually because of the time constraint, and the vouchers are not in my position, they are in the position of Mr. Dibba. We agreed to beg the commission to allow us for him to go and bring the vouchers.
But Mr. Nyang, you had the break. It was even more than 1 hour. We break at 1, and we are back here almost 20 minutes to 3. This is all to give you time. If you had gone to the office, you would have brought the vouchers.
Yeah, we still beg your commission, sir, ma'am, to go and bring the vouchers, because what actually happened is if we have gone, we would not have been here now during your resumption. And the vouchers are not in my position, they are in the position of my colleague, which we need to go and collate and bring.
Well, I have difficulty in really appreciating the plea, because these vouchers have been repeatedly requested from council, and you instructed or you requested that they should write requesting for this voucher, and they did. So it's not a matter of you going to put them together, because they are available, and Mr. Dibba is willing, ready to have produced this document to the commission, but you said it's not within our mandate.
No, sir. No, ma'am. I beg your indulgence and I appeal.
Can you please come?
Sorry?
Can you please come?
We have the voucher number PV22156.
We have a voucher number VV256.
I showed you earlier. With the description, the payment of 3 seedlings.
Seedlings, 3 seedlings.
In bracket mangroves.
It
says planting for implementation of the 2022 tree planting.
Planting of the implementation of 2023 tree planting.
In 3 wards. Fajikuda Talending Knot.
Fajikuda Talending Knot.
And Abuko. Now, let me just show you this. The voucher itself.
Madam Chair, I want to, for your suggestion, and I agreed for us to revert so that I would respond directly in English to the lead counsel.
You are applying to switch from Wolof to English?
Yes, ma'am.
Council, we may proceed.
Thank you very much. Now, there is a delivery note attached to the voucher. Please have a look at the delivery note. Have you seen the delivery note?
Yes, I did.
Now, what is the date of the delivery note?
21st of October, 2022.
Can you please read the content of the delivery note?
3 seedlings, in bracket, mangroves.
Now, what is the essence of the delivery note?
The delivery note should specify the quantity of the mangroves delivered.
Very well. Now, do we have the quantity stated in the delivery note?
No.
Why is that?
My understanding is they have a choir book in which they do enter the quantity, and the quantity should be on the delivery note too. But I think that there is other mechanisms of them having the quantity.
So, who do we ask to see whether there is a choir book that will have this information?
On the purpose of procurement is under the finance manager's responsibility.
That is Mr. Dibba?
Yes.
Mr. Dibba, please have a look at the voucher. The delivery note, to be very specific.
Yes, I have seen it. It came to my attention yesterday. So we went through it and they gave me a reference to a similar transaction, which was clearly stated. So I believe it was the same exercise, and they were given to different vendors, because the other one was 24 times savings.
Yes.
And they're all the same amount, 1 month difference. I believe they were given to different vendors, but in this particular case, the person writing the request forgot to put the quantity, and the account officer also didn't. So the trend continues. But I engaged the project officer for tree planting.
Is it there?
Yeah, we have 3 invoices here from 3 suppliers.
Okay, not the invoices. The invoices will be issued after a request is sent. Usually, this is the process. So the request is sent through the purchase order form. You will see a form there with the heading purchase order, KETP.
Yeah.
You have seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Good. Now, if you turn to the next page, the second page, it's usually 2 pages. Sorry, the second page, you will see that there's a column there which reads, accepted on behalf of supplier, where the supplier's agent or the supplier, him or herself, will have to sign that they have received the purchase order. That is the request for quotation. It is written there, distribution of copies, copy 1, supplier, and copy 2, signed by a supplier and returned to procuring organization. This purchase order is valid only if the supplier signs and returns the second copy, as this signifies that they have accepted the conditions.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, let me help you with the voucher, please. Okay, for this one, it is on the first page. Sometimes because of the printing, it may overlap. You have seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Do you mind reading the column, the wordings in the column?
The whole column.
Yes.
Distribution of copies. Copy 1, supplier. Copy 2, signed by supplier and returned to the holding organization. This purchase order is valid only if the supplier signs and returns the second copy of this, as this signifies that they have accepted the conditions.
Good. And there's a space for the signature, correct?
Yes, there is a space for the signature.
Good. Now, is that or do you have the signature of the supplier?
Yeah, we have the
on that column.
We have the signature of the supplier on the GPPA Form 101.
Yes, Form 101. But do you have it on that form, the one I just showed you?
No.
Good. Now, if you do not have the signature on the form for request for quotation, the form in itself is saying that it will not be valid. Do you see that? The column that starts with distribution of copies.
This order is valid only
Yes.
if the supplier signs and returns the second copy, as this signifies that they have accepted the conditions.
Yes. So now, if it is not signed, it is saying it is not valid, correct?
Yes.
So there you have the form that is not signed.
Yes.
It suggests it is not valid.
Yes.
Now, the reason why it is important is that there should be transparency in procurement, right?
Yes.
So, if you roll out a request for quotation, it means you are sending quotations, or you are requesting quotations from a minimum of 3 suppliers, correct?
Yes.
And that they should receive these quotations, correct?
Yes.
So that they would know what the procuring organization, that is in this case the KEPT project through KMC, what they want to be supplied with, and the prices attached to it, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you have invoices without evidence of the form being sent for request for quotation, it could suggest that there were no quotations sent at a minimum of 3. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And so it would defeat the purpose. It would be in violation of the RFQ requirement, because if the law says if you do not have a signed second copy, then it means that it is not valid. And so if we have, for most of the forms we have here, they are not signed. You and I know what happens normally in procurement. Sometimes they just go and get 3 quotations from maybe from ghost suppliers and come to agree to tell you that they are going to supply, or the minimum supplier is Mr. X business, and then that person is paid. When in reality, they never really submitted 3 quotations to 3 businesses that are registered. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand what you're trying to say. But when I look at the documentation, All the three suppliers have signatures in the Form 101.
Go ahead.
Yeah, all of them have signatures in the other form, in the backup form. But on this specific form that you said, there is no signature.
Yes. So what is Form 101? Show us Form 101.
It's request for quotations.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's form GPPA Form 101 is
Yes.
request for quotations.
Yes, go ahead. No, 004 is request for quotation. 004. So where is it that the three minimum suppliers signed? Where do you have the three signatures of the suppliers that were contacted?
We have it on the GPPA Form 101.
Can I please see the three signatures that you are referring to?
Yeah.
FSG signature, there's a stamp there, an empty stamp, no date on it. The date is on the form itself. Then you have the item description, 3 seedlings, or in bracket mangroves, no quantity, no unit measure or cost. The unit price is empty, total price is empty, everything is just empty. And FSG is said to be the winner. Right?
Okay.
The contents they appear to be empty.
Yes, the contents are empty. It's only the item description that have 3 seedlings, mangroves.
Very well. May I please have the And who will normally make or take the final decision to award this contract to the minimum 3 supposed applicants or suppliers?
It's either the project director or the project manager.
The same with voucher 221120. For this one as well, we have no delivery note. Well, not that we have seen of. There is no document there to suggest that there is a delivery note. That is also the procuring of seedlings. Do we have a delivery note on that? Please confirm.
No, there is no delivery note seen.
Do we know why, Mr. Dibba and Mr. Nyang?
No, I don't know.
In the absence of a delivery note, it will be. Please proceed.
I can confirm from the project officer.
Yes.
Yeah, to confirm the delivery and provide evidence of delivery.
Okay, we will wait for that.
No problem.
Now, were these these seedlings planted? Were they planted?
Yes.
Mr. Nyang?
Yes, to my knowledge, they are planted.
Do we have evidence of that?
Yes, we do have evidence of that. Usually when the activity is being done, visibility pictures used to be taken and they would reflect in our reportings.
Okay. Was it done in this case?
Yes.
When can we see the pictures? Yes, we need to see the evidence of work done.
Yeah, we would produce the pictures.
Were you not working with the Director of Services to make sure that some of these works that the project will embark on, the Director of Services at least would come and evaluate and see whether work is done and executed in the manner in which it is contracted? What was the payment for, Mr. Nyang?
This payment is for a budget activity for the distribution of beans in the 19 wards.
Okay. Now, how much?
Basically, the request stated, request for approval of logistic budget, waste bin distribution, budget line 3.2.17, waste collection bins, 120 liters at 2.8. Following the handing over of the beans to KMC, the project is to embark on a bean distribution exercise to the 19 wards of the municipality. In this regard, I here invite to request approval for the entire project to be used and facilitate the distribution of the beans to the local communities.
The budget here is 3.2 point?
The budget line 3.2.17.
0.17. Now, we have it here, it says waste collection bins. Right? Let me just be sure that this is the budget itself. We will need you to first confirm that this is the budget. Mr. Camera, I think we have 2 copies.
Yes, this should be the budget.
Can we have a confirmation? If you say this should be the budget, it is not very certain. You can have it admitted and you can produce a copy as well if you want to.
Yes, this is the budget.
Thank you very much. May I have the budget so that I can apply to have it admitted into evidence? We apply to tender the following document. That is, the first one is are these 2 separate? They are separate documents? Mr. Nyang, the 2 documents, are they the same or they're separate?
It seems they are the same. Let me clarify, please. Yes, please. They are all the same document.
Thank you very much. We apply to I have the budget of the kept project admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
Mr. Nyang, you were supposed to provide us with the date when you made the statement. Did you check your email?
Yes.
So that we can get your statement admitted.
Yes, ma'am. The date was on the 14th of August 2023, sent on email to Mr. Noah Sanya.
So,
Mr. Dibba, please speak into the microphone.
Yes, if I can have a look at it, but I think it is having the original budget and the other number.
yes, that is why I said.
Both of them are there.
Where?
So,
in this?
yes, the original budget is there. Then
Because what is labeled as addenda number 1?
okay.
The two documents.
Yeah, okay, but if you look at it itself,
Yes.
the first 3 columns of the original budget, the first 3 rows is the original budget.
No, it is not. What you are saying is not correct, because the first 3 for the first document I have,
Yeah.
which is contract number 2021-428-416. The what is in the heading is budget as per contract / last addendum signed.
No, what I meant there is, there are 2 documents.
Yes.
But the other one, the one that is a bit heavier, that one maybe you can put that aside, because the page break, when they were printing it, I believe.
Yes. Now we will admit this, and please provide us with the comprehensive, complete document. All right. The contract number 2021/428-416, which is implementation period of the contract, that is 1st of January 2022 to 31st of December 2024. These are 2 documents. We admit them in evidence as exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/KMC/ASN/002.
The budgetary allocations for or under 3.2.17. Is that the correct budget head?
Yes.
Can you guide us as to what we have there?
It's a purchase of 10,000 waste bins of 20 liters to facilitate waste collection at source and to replace the unhygienic rice bags used by most residents. The cost is based on current market price of 10,000 waste bins times $30 per 120-liter waste bin, which is equivalent to 300,000 euros.
We are not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm leading the other side of it, but that's the actual budget line.
So it is saying that the market price is $10,000. Is that it?
The market price for at budget.
Yes.
The market price of the waste bins is 30 euros per 120-liter waste bin.
And that's how much in dollars at the time?
At this point of time, no, I don't know.
Now, how was there a market survey to know the this particular price for the in the market? Sorry.
Basically, this comes with the project document. So I believe there was a market survey at that period of time that this request for grant was being done.
Okay, so it is at the period where there was a request for a grant that they would have already or should have conducted a market survey, right?
Yes.
Good. Now, does the voucher you have, again, remind us, what is it for, specifically the payment?
The voucher I have is for distribution of waste bins.
How much?
Payment for distribution of waste bins at 19 wards.
At 19 wards. Mm-hmm. Now, the 3.2.17 only factors in the purchase. Where does the distribution come?
Basically, the action further refers you to 2.A.
2.A.
Yeah, which is which would take you to the log frame. That's the output level.
Okay. Sorry, in relation to the dustbin or not? It only talks about the actual prices, right?
Yes, but as far as there is a reference to the output, this purchase of these waste bins contributes to the output 2.8 in the project log frame. So basically, if you're having an activity that relates to these waste bins, you could charge it on this budget line.
On which budget line? 3.2.17. But that would have been exhausted already. That's my point. You don't have a supplementary budget for this. So that the 3.2.17 does not, is very specific as to exactly how much is cleared for 10,000 bins. And as per the calculation based on the market price, if you have 300,000 euros and you have to purchase 10,000 dustbins, you don't have any extra euro.
Yes, basically, then it comes back to expand on this budget line. It comes back to the finance to make sure that, there would be tolerance on spending on this budget line. But basically, the activity of distributing the bins contributes to the output of this budget line. So that's how it works.
I agree. I am not saying that there is no need to have money for the distribution, right? But you and I will agree that expenditures are based on budgetary allocations, correct? Correct? You will agree with me, expenditures are based on budgetary allocations.
Yes, I agree with you, but there is tolerance and variance.
I understand that. So that when there is tolerance and variance, it still must be in line with whether there is a supplementary budget for it or not.
It might be that when they were spending this, even the threshold was not reached. Because basically it's a budget and you go through your procurement processes and sometimes you have a savings on the budget line. If not two, like in these budgetary aspects, there are a lot of other things costed in it.
Right.
For these actions sometimes of auxiliary actions.
Yes.
Like gender mainstreaming, visibility, they are all costed within the budget line.
I agree.
It doesn't mean that this whole sum is used for bins, but if we have other subsidiary activities, they could charge it.
No. That's not how it will work. So if you say that the money is taken from 3.2.17, and mind you, it's not an allocation that is like a general allocation. For instance, where you say you have, let's say, 500,000 euros for the purchase of dustbins. and then you stop there. That would be general. We know you are going to purchase dustbins.
Well, anyway, if you go by the project document justification, where they divided the amount, they charge 30 euro per 120 liter waste bin.
Right.
Yeah, if you go by that specifically, it should not be charged there. But obviously, when the bins are procured, 10,000 waste bins, it has to be delivered in 19 wards.
Yes.
And in doing so, there must be a cost attached to it. So that was the reason. So, and we deem it that this is most suitable or accurate, most suitable vote to charge the particular expenditure to as finance.
But is it catered for? Is it budgeted for?
No, if you look at the budget lines directly,
right,
it is not there.
Yes.
Line by line, it is not there.
Yes.
Maybe it was an oversight when they are developing the document, because
right,
you can't procure 10,000 waste bins and pack them at the council without being distributed to their respective wards. So it was not in the document. There's no budget line.
Maybe because they know council have the mechanism to distribute, because council is supposed to contribute to this project, and I think they have calculated their contribution to be about around 157,000 euros or so. They said is other logistics and all that, providing office space and other logistical arrangements, but it's not physical.
Yeah, but that was not translated in the budget. So for finance, like if it is there, like non-cash budget line specifically, we will have charged it there. But if you go through everything, you will never see. It's only one budget line specifically for waste bins.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if they have prepared the budget and all they factored in is the procurement
exactly
of the waste bins.
Yes.
We don't have a budget head or a column or budget line for its distribution.
Yes.
So it is not going to be proper to say, but it is logical that distribution must happen and it will cost money.
Well, you know,
that will not be a logical argument, because that is not how you charge from a budget. That's not how you do your expenditure. It has to be specifically budgeted for, right?
Well, anyway, for finance, most of the times, that's how we do things.
But that's not
like the main item and all the related costs in making it functional. Unless there is a specific budget line created for such, but in the event of that, you have to assume that, you know.
You can't assume in.
Yeah, because otherwise, the activity have to happen.
Yes, but you have to plan for it. So you have a budget.
But you know, these things, like how this is a project document,
right,
it's been developed,
right,
sent to the funders, approved.
Why now you have a supplementary budget?
The supplementary budget, I think there were a supplementary budget, but at this particular point of time, before we realized this during the implementation stage.
No, but what is a supplementary budget?
So in this case, so that is if you want to do an activities that are in the budget. So you have to seek for approval through it's a long process. If you ask the director, he can.
It's a right process.
But it is a long one.
But right one.
Well, it has to go to the steering committee. From there, you have to write it.
We'll wait for that. How many dustbins did you purchase so far?
We purchased 10,000 waste bins.
10,000. You've already exhausted the budget.
No, the budget line has to be operationalized. You don't purchase the waste bins and just keep it. You have to distribute it.
What I mean, maybe we are not on the same page. You had said earlier that it may be possible that not all that is budgeted for is purchased. Now I asked you, how many have you purchased so far? You said 10,000. Yeah. Did you say that?
Yes, we purchased 10,000 waste bins.
Which means 3.2.17 is all empty. There is no money on it unless you have a new budget.
There is, you have to operationalize the activity. If there is no money, then we could still use the budget line on a variance, because we have 25% buffer, not to exceed that. If we are exceeding that, we could. But if we are exceeding that, we have to notify. We have to notify the relevant authorities at a specific time that we have exceeded our expenditure on this budget line for approval.
The distribution, How much did you pay for the distribution? 360.
360.
Who was it paid to? Who was it paid to?
Who was it paid to? Yeah, it was paid to the finance officer as an interest.
Who was the finance? Who is the finance officer?
Mrs. Hajakora.
Did Mrs. Ayakora retire the Empress?
Can you?
Dibba, is the Empress retired?
No, the amount was actually all spent.
How do we know that?
There are retirements there.
Where?
There are receipts there.
That's not retirement.
No, retirement is a physical cash balance, but it can be in a form of receipt. Retirement.
Exactly. Retirement is to show evidence of breakdown of expenditure.
Yes. So even receipt is part of the retirement.
I'm not saying it's not part of retirement.
Here, what is absent here is there's no cash left, so the rest are all receipts.
Mr.
Attendance list.
Dibba. So you know how an impress works, right?
Yes.
You know you should have an impress ledger, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You should have a record of all officers that are issued impress, right? There should be an application for an impress, and then it is granted the usual way. Your boss is Mr. Nyang should grant an impress, and then it is paid and recorded, and when it is retired, whether there is any balance left or there should be evidence of expenditure that is being retired. Do you have that system where you record the impress that is issued and retired?
No, we don't have that system, but yes, it was a procurement GPPA procurement.
Yes.
GPPA program.
Come again with the name?
Tarbiz, T-A-R-B-I-Z.
Tarbiz.
Yeah.
They supplied this waste bin.
Yes.
And FSJ did the delivery.
Not only FSJ, various vendors did.
Why is it that Tarbiz did not deliver?
He delivered to KMC main office.
Right.
But after that, should be distribution to various wards.
To the various wards.
Yeah.
But FSJ, what do they do? What is their nature? Do they own trucks?
Well,
you don't know.
I don't engage them though. It was at the procurement level, but I'm sure they will engage them. They hire trucks and do the distribution at the ward levels. So when the distribution was done, then a team is hired also to unload and offload because there are too many waste bins. So then coordination is done through the waste management and the environment and sanitation team to sensitize to distribute and the project team.
Yes, let me just ask.
Yes. Let me have the water.
Let me just come in here.
Yes.
Looking at this FSJ enterprise, on the 21st of October 2022, they were paid $360,000.
Yeah.
On the 8th of December 2022, they were paid $300,000.
Yes.
On the 14th of April 2023, they were paid $300,000. Okay. Right?
Yes.
So, you as finance person, you don't know what the work of FSJ Enterprise, what they were doing for the project? Because you have just told us the company that got the procurement contract, which is different from this FSJ.
Yeah.
So how is it that this FSJ has been paid so much money? In your
maybe they have been sourced for different services, but for the actual procurement of the waste bins, they are not part of that one.
They were not part of?
The procurement of waste bins is only one company.
Yes.
That won the tender.
No, but you read some receipts when you were asked about the retirement.
Yes.
And you said it's, some
of
these receipts.
Those ones were for the distribution of, to distribute bills to various wards from the council premises. Because all the bills were delivered to the council.
So what is the work of FSJ Enterprise?
Okay, the actual work, they are vendors. They do various services.
Such as?
I know we procure 3 cylinders from them. And this service also was rendered to them. I cannot recall all because I'm not at the...
Now, here, for the distribution,
yes,
there was no procurement process followed. This was just an imprest. I will first ask Mr. Nyang, why would you issue an imprest of $306,000? Did you first, in fact, did you approve this imprest? Mr. Nyang, you approved the imprest?
Yes.
Now, what was the basis of the approval?
It was operational. Basically, we have to distribute the bins to the 19 wards after it has been delivered to KMC. We have the bins packed at the back, and we've arranged all the logistics, operationally, to have it into the houses within those wards. So, first of all, the bins has to be taken from KMC to the ward level, to the ward office, and from there, the citizenry would be invited to actually see the bins and being sensitized on the bins. Then from there, it's distributed. It was not a process that takes one day. It was a process of about a week or two.
Yes.
So, and we engage different people or different vendors who could provide transport.
Yes.
Because what usually happens, if I could recall rightly, the transport companies at Gimpex, like they are not registered in any form. So we have to use registered vendors to acquire those services.
They don't have the facility. The one you paid, FSJ, don't have the facility.
Yeah, but they went to bring these lorries and drivers to move the bins from the municipality to the ward.
One of the requirements for procurement to be legitimate is that you must deal with vendors as a general rule, unless you fall within the exception, that are registered. And the registration is for a purpose, for a type of business. You have goods and services, goods or services, consultancies, the list goes on. So that's one aspect of it, right? And then when you pay them, let's say FSJ, when you say you pay them $80,000, we don't know for what. We know it's for transportation, but for how many and how many days? You said it's not one day. How many days? How many wards? It just says transportation of waste bins to the 19 wards. Is it one day that they were hired? Is it 10 days that they were hired? Is it to distribute 2,000 dustbins or waste bins, or just one waste bin? You will agree with me that those informations are very important.
Yeah, we understand that there was a cost attached to the activity of one, the bins taken to the wards. Two.
Right? And then you have cost of offloading. Offloading and unloading 10,000 waste bins. So FSJ were the ones that did the distribution. Mr. Dibba?
Yes.
The full 10,000, entire 10,000 dustbins.
No, because I think the other ones are also there.
We have Patex Solutions.
Yes.
Says cost of offloading 10,000 dustbins. $40,000. So if they issue you an invoice of $10,000, $40,000 to offload the entire, unload and offload the entire dustbins. What was FSJ doing that?
No, I think the actual amount was not written on the actual amount of bin per vendor was not written on the receipt.
I don't understand.
Like the actual amount distributed by a vendor, each vendor was not written on the receipt.
No, the Patex solution Pakote Tipa Garage states that bin payment for cost of offloading and unloading 10,000 waste bins. $40,000. You see it in the invoice and in the receipt. So what was FSJ doing? Let me show you.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm trying to say. Now, if you turn to the back page, you will see the invoices first. Let's start with the invoices. Are you there?
Yeah.
You see the invoice from FSG. Let's start with that one. How much?
Cost of offloading and unloading. Cost of offloading and unloading 10,000 waste bins, 40,000.
That's proper tax.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Go to FSD.
Transportation of waste bins to 19 wards, 80,000.
Okay. Now go to the receipts. So the 40 is the label.
Yeah. The receipts, the first one is FSJ 80,000, transportation of waste bins. In the distribution of the bins.
How many days?
I think it's 20 days.
20 days.
Yes.
For food and?
No, it's for all the food and I can just say refreshment and food. Okay. 300 per person.
Was it also in the budget?
Yes. This is the budget we developed. I think you can. It is the budget we developed. It is part of it.
Where is it in the budget? Mr. Dibba, how do we know that this budget is authentic? It has no signature, it is not authenticated, it's not part of the main budget.
Well, usually when the program officer wanted to embark on activity, they write a request, they will first do their first draft budget, send it to their project manager and the director, they will review it, they did the necessary adjustments. If they agree on it, because usually this will attach to the main request.
Yes.
Maybe it should have been initial or whatever.
No,
that week was.
But my point is, the project director and the project manager do not have the discretion to be amending the budget and then incurring other expenses that are outside the original main budget without following the due process.
I don't think.
That's what you do if you have just this document. You call this a budget. This is an expense.
What I mean is that the budget for I don't mean for the main budget, but the budget for this particular activity.
Yes, it's not there. We go by the budget for the project.
Yeah.
That is what will give you the mandate to incur expenditure for 10,000 dustbins, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So the distribution and then the payments you made to yourselves would not be factored in the budget. Mr. Nyang, can you help us with that?
Yes, basically it's the same rationale for the distribution. By the period of distribution, we provide food and snacks to the personnel, most of whom would be at the ward level in most of the days to facilitate this distribution of beans. Because the distribution of beans was distributed to individuals and to households, and basically the project staffing was there, and that's the payment for food. We don't go and buy the food and serve it, we give it to them to buy food and refreshment for their break activity.
Mr. Nyang, the last question for the day is, we have seen a voucher It's already in evidence. The number is 22169 in relation to a study tour that you embarked on with the mayor and Kemo Bojang. Do you recall this?
Yes.
How many of you?
How many of us went
Yes.
for the study tour? Basically, it's 5 of us that went for the study tour.
Okay.
The study tour was supposed to be 10, and the other nearly 7 people were not granted visas. So, and basically, 5 of us went for the study tour. So, in actual, when we're going for the study tour, the project paid for 3 personnel, myself, the mayor, and Kemo Boja.
Yes.
And Tony Blair Institute paid for 2.
Were you in UK during this period, or did you travel with the team?
I traveled from the Gambia to the UK, but I did not travel with the team.
When you traveled from the Gambia to the UK, your ticket was purchased by the from the project funds, or you bought your own ticket and after which you were refunded?
I think I bought the tickets were purchased from the project funds.
Well, were you refunded subsequently?
No, there is no refund that I was.
So you were paid separately?
Yes, because I traveled first. So, I traveled first before the main contingent.
Okay. This was in November. When did you travel?
I traveled in November.
Same month?
Yes.
They traveled in November. You traveled in November too?
Yes, I traveled in November.
Because when we interviewed the mayor, he said that there's a possibility that you were in UK this time, right? And so where is your request that you raised and you were paid to purchase? Who purchased your ticket for you?
The project purchased the ticket for me. The project purchased
Through who?
Through the procurement process.
We don't see evidence of that. Do you have those procurement documents? Because we only see transactions for Kemo Bojang and the mayor. We don't see your transaction. We know money has been charged from the accounts, but the tickets we have seen purchased by the project only is just for Kemo Bojang and the mayor. Bensuda. Let me show you the voucher.
Okay.
Go ahead, you can answer.
Yes, can I explain?
Yes.
Yes, this particular transaction, what happens there was Mr. Nyang, if I can recall very well, because he was the one when the other project staff were denied visas. So he was the one who was coordinating correspondence for the meeting date with Peterborough when everything was set, and he was the same guy who went and facilitated the ticketing also as well for the ticketing. So that's why when you look at the invoices, you will see 3 invoices there. Those 3 invoices were brought by him, but on those invoices also you will realize that the other one, I think the other one was on the 7th.
Yes.
Yeah. There were, so sorry, the invoice date was on the 7th. The others are on the 5th. There was a mismatch there.
Yes.
So the whole scenario, the reason why for the mismatch was the process was the other way around. He sources the invoices and bring it to us. So when he was the date we are making the payment, because we paid on the 7th. Yeah.
Yes. No, what he's trying to explain is that Mr. Nyang did the procurement. He requested for this. Normally that should be request for quotations. That Mr. Nyang is the one who requested for the travel itinerary, I believe, from the is it flight travel?
Yeah.
From the travel agency and brought it to him. So there was the usual process of procurement was not followed. But you will get him to repeat what he is saying. Mr. Dibba,
Yes.
can you take your time and repeat what you have said?
Because what was flagged here was for Sadhguru, the invoice date, because Sadhguru were the ones who procured the ticket from. So the invoice date on Sadhguru was on the 11th.
Yes.
But if you, on the 7th November. But if you look at the electronic ticket, it was on the 5th.
Yes.
That means the tickets came first before the invoice.
Yes.
Which should not be the case.
Yes.
So, but when I asked Mr. Nyang about this scenario, what he explained was he engaged the other vendors. Both of them, they provided me the invoices on the 5th. But for Sadhguru, that particular day, because of he said the ticket was, they are more responsive, and he didn't want to lose a slot, so he arranged the ticket with them on the 5th. So on the 7th, the day they submitted the invoice is the day we paid the check. They submitted the invoice on the 7th, whereas the ticket already he arranged it with them on the 5th, so that they may not lose a spot there, because I think from this date to the day they are traveling was not far from each other. So he confirmed that is the reason.
Chair, do you understand?
Yes. That is evidence.
Yes. Now, Mr. Nyang, why did you do the procurement?
No, I did not do the procurement. What actually happened is the ticket prices was high. So basically, when we discovered that Sadhguru was cheaper, so we asked them to issue us with the ticket.
We or I?
No, basically, all of us were aware that we wanted to, because the tickets were just, like the price changes were just changing. So I went to Sadhguru to basically, how would I use it in the language? I went down there to give them the assurance that they could issue us the ticket and we would pay them. So, and because they are the cheapest, and they issued the ticket, and basically when they issued the ticket, for me, I could remember they issued me a paper ticket. So that's why we are not having this electronic version of my ticket. So.
But you did the procurement.
I participated in the procurement, but I did not.
Together with?
With the, basically.
You did the procurement, Mr. Nyang. You went there, you negotiated, you looked for the cheapest as by your own judgment, and then you purchased the tickets.
No, I did not do the procurement. The request for the air ticket was raised by the normal admin and procurement.
On which date?
The request was raised on the 7th of November.
That's what we are saying. Everything was after the fact.
Yes.
So that you had done the procurement first and everything was just to tidy up the documents.
The tickets were given. Then after...
when did you travel? When did you travel to UK?
When do I travel to
You yourself, yeah. When did you travel to UK?
No, not, I specifically, I can't remember.
Did you travel before the 5th or after the 5th?
No, I must have traveled after the 7th.
Okay.
Because,
Can you provide us with evidence of your travel?
Because I have my signature here on the 7th and other signatures here on the 8th. Yeah, in the request I signed, I was present in the office on the 7th. So I must have traveled after the 7th.
Mr. Dibba, the last question is there any report? Mr. Nyang, sorry.
Yes, there is a report. When we were there, we have a steering committee meeting, and the steering committee meeting report has been submitted.
No, I mean the report for the study tour. You went on a study tour.
Yes.
Then you must have generated a report. Was that done?
I could remember seeing a report, but I was looking for it. I can't see it on file.
Did you prepare a report?
No, not me prepare a report.
Who prepared the report? Because the mayor did not prepare a report. And the mayor,
I would inquire from Tony Blaine.
and the mayor said we should ask you.
Supporting us.
Come again?
The TBI were supporting us on this street. Maybe they have a report.
Who's that?
The Tony Blair Institute.
No. You went on a study mission. The report must be your report based on your findings and what you have studied from that mission. Is that not the case? Somebody else can't provide you your own experience. Remember, you have your own experience when you went there. May I have the voucher? So if there has to be a report, it has to be from the person that traveled. And
I could remember that there was a report in which we contributed. Basically, it's a report that's been generated.
So can we conclude that you did not prepare a report?
No, I myself did not prepare a report, but there was a report in which we contributed.
All right. Thank you, Chair. I believe this is a convenient point.
You rise.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثير. الحمد لله قائل في محكم التنزيل: الشيطان يعدكم الفقر ويأمركم بالفحشاء والله يعدكم مغفرة منه وفضلا والله واسع عليم. إخوة الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. bokki seetaan seen programme Islam ak Jamono di programme bu leen ñëwal ci ay bés bi ci waxtu wi ngeen di ko àndat seen mbokk al Oustaz Alxaaji Mbay Saaxo. gannaaw bu ñu sant yàlla julli ci yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ne yow leen baati tedd yooyu mooy mucc ak yërmande ak xéewal ak barke yana nekk ci yéen fu ngeen mën a toll. di ñaan yàlla subhaanahu wa taala mi nga xam ne mooy defal tawfiq ak taysiir mu defal ñu ko defal leen ko fu ngeen mën a ne defal ko mboolem jullit. di ko ñaan it moom ñi nga xam ne lépp ku képp ku jub moo la jubal, képp ku am tawfiq moo la ko defal mu bokk ñu ko defal. incha allahu taala Islam ak Jamono tey dafa bëgg a bokk ak yéen ci xam noon bi nga xam ne moom la ñu yàlla wax ne mooy suñu noon. léeg-léeg nit di noonoo nit, moo xam ku ko jege la wala ku ko sori, ku muy liggéeyat la wala ku mu seq ak business, fekk na su settantaloon xam kay noonam dëgg du noonoo kooka inna shaytaana aduwan lakum loolu lañu yàlla wax fattaxidu aduwan seytaane day mooy seen ab noon yéen su fekkee am ngeen ennemi te am nañ ko kooko seytaan xanaa ku dut koo xam nante ni seytaane yuus na ko muy jëf-jëfe seytaan waaye nga xam ne wala ñu bokk xam ñun ñëpp ne al aduwul asli mooy noon bi nga xam ne mooy original ennemi bi mooy ki fi mas a nekk di noon te mooy mujj di noon kooko seytaan boobaa nag xam sa noon danay baax soo ko xamee xam naka ngay def ba du dugg ci yow bi maanaam ngay jéem a xam abuwaab yi nga xam ne bunt yi nga xam ne ca la noon boobu di mën a jaaree agsi ci yow ndax kat noon boo xam ne dafa giñoon ci kàttanal yàlla ne fa bi izzatika la ughwiyannahum ajma'in gi ci tedd nga yàlla leen ñoom ñëpp dinaa leen beewloo feneen fu ma ne summa la aatiyannahum min bayni aydihim wa min xalfihim wa an aymanihim wa an shamailihim wala tajidu aktharahum shakirin feneen fi mu ne dinaa leen dikkee fu ne fépp fu sa xel daj rek yow yàlla mooy xam seen wàllu ndeyjoor la wala seen wàllu càmmoñ seen kanam ci seen gannaaw fépp rek dinaa leen fa ñëwee pour rek sori no def adaawu seen diggante def noonoo ci seen diggante def leen ñu sori yàlla subhanahu wa taala kon boobaa noonu boobu dina jaadu nga xam yan porox ndool la mën a duggee baag si ci yow yàqal la li nga bëgg porox ndoll bi seytaane gën a yitteewu mooy porox ndoll bi ñuy tuddee nafs waaw bakkan dana cay danay jaarit ci xol bi maanaam danay jaar ci bakkan ngir yóbbu ko xiir ko ci ay shahawaat ay bànneex loolu ci bakkan la koy jaar di ko rafetalal waaye danay jaar ci xolit ngir sóob ko ci ay subuhaat ay lënt waaye boroom xam-xam yi ci seen settantal ñu ne seytaane bokk na ci bunt yi gën a gaaw yi muy jaaree nit mooy buntab mer xadab waaw soo meree seytaane day kontaan ndax da nga gis am na ñoo xam ne suñ meree rek lose nañ contrôle àndatuñu ak seen xel lépp ngànnaay buñ jege sax mën nañ koo jël dóor ko kaleen meree loolu mooy indi rey nit waaw bépp kàddu gu ñaaw goo xam ne mën nañ ko wax mën nañ koo génne ci sa làmmiñ jëmee ko ci kañ mere bépp jëf ju ñaaw mën nañ ko bépp wax ju ñaaw mën nañ ko kon seytaane buntab xadab kon na jaam bi na bàyyi xel ne ker boo xam ne mer ñëwal na ko ker boo xamante ni mer ñëwal na ko na xelam daj ne wa immaa yanzaghannaka mina shaytaani nazghun fasta'iz billah waaw saa yoo xamante ne seytaane ñëw na cokkaas la ñëw na xëcc la ñëw na am fu mu la puus rek musul yàlla ne a'uudu billahi mina shaytaani rajim moo tax mag ñi ñu baax ñi daan diggale ne soo meree da ngay dem jàppi waaw soo meree rek demal jàppi te soo meree bul wax bul jëf ndax xakim ba ne woon ne mer soo ko fajee jëf ja dana dellu si këpp ci yow da ngay mere nit ci lu tuuti daf ko jëf ju rëy dañuy tuddee toññar bi seytaane ñëw kilim bi ñëw ñëpp ku nekk waxati wax loo xam ne moo gën a ban kon buntëb mer seytaane danañ ci dugg ci jaam yi moo tax ñu ne soo meree da ngay def tekki ngay noppi soo meree bul wax bul jëf noppil nga mësul seytaane su ko defee soo demee ba mer ma jeex la nga bëggoon a adressé su fekkee lu ñuy wax la di nga ko mën a waxee ci sago waxee ko ci dal waxee ko ci tekk waxee ko ci teey te bu boobaa kàddu gu ñaaw di jóg kenn du la ca xas kenn du la ca lii su fekkee ne loo bëggoon a fajee jëf la mu ngo boobaa nag moo gën a yombati nga jël sa time bu baax xam na ngay fajee mer ma donte la ab jullit nag fu mu toll nag jéggale lañ koy sant moom waaw waaye su demee ba nga gis ne yow fa man ya'tadaa aleykum fa'tadu bi misli ma i'tadaa aleykum ngay jëfandikoo ku la tooñ nga fayu fayu dara nekku ci ndegam dañ laa tooñ donte la jéggalee gën waaye boobaa nag sooy fayu boobaa da nga fayu ci tekk.
Tightening financial conditions have eroded physical space for many developing nations.
kon bokk na ci bunt bi seytaane duggee nit ñi mooy xadab ak a bari suba teel yi coow yi ñëw merewante gi ñëw diggi bañante gi ñëw yépp pour buntab xadab dana koy seytaane dana koy duggee jaam mooy buntab mer. gannaaw ga seytaan danay dugg ci xol indi ca feebari xol waaw fa zaadahum maradan bi wax indi ci ay feebari xol feebari tashkiik feebari sikki sàkk wala yaazu billah moo tax sallallahu alayhi wa sallam waxoon nañu ne na fi qalbi lammatun wala limmatun min al malaki dégg nga limma boobu iaadun bil xayri la min tasdiq al xaq wa itimaar al amr bil maaruf wa tanaay anil munkar mu ne xool am na ñaari lamma yu fa ne benn ba ci wala limma waaw wala ñaari lamma bi yu fa nekk benn ba ci malaaka lay génnee mooy balay digal lu baax waaye di la tere lu bon balay digal lu baax di la tere lu bon di la dëggaloo li nga xam ne mooy dëgg mu ne képp koo xam ne am na lamma boobu ci moom yëg na ci ko boppam fal yahmadullah na xam ne ci yàlla bàyyi ko waaye lamma beneen ba booba mina shaytaan booba mooy li lay tashkiiklu di sikki sàkka li nga gis dégg nga mooy sikki sàkk gi daan dal yéeféer yi ak ñi gëmul yàlla naan man yuhyil idaama wa hiya ramim amraad qalbiyee ñëw na kan mooy dundal yax yu funax yi su fekkee ne gannaaw dee na ñu ngi lay sikki sàkkaloo ci nekk ak ci possibility of loolu maanaam ndax loolu mën naa nekk nga gis kuy dox di wooye boppam jullit tur jullit yaay jullit bàyyi jullit waaye xol ba seytaan dugg na ca ba gëmatud ne yomal xiyaam sax dana am dafa gëm ne ku dee rek jeex na waaw léegi nag moom because of munta dégg nga munta face social pressure bi war a ñëw ci moom su fekkoon ne dafa déclaré ne du jullit munta face social condemnation bi war a nekk ci moom moo tax mu continue nekk di wooyee boppam jullit la nit ñi def mu koy def waaye xol ba seytaan dugg na ci ba yàq ko loolu moom wala yaasu billah loolu yéen ci yàlla musal waaw suy def la muy def sax defee ko ak gëm da ko defee rek pour mucc ci waxi nit ñi pour nangam waaw su tabaski jotee mu jënd xaram su nangam jotee julli saa yi ko mënee la koy def lu mu faat du ko fay weeru koor su ko comme que nit ñi mën nañu ñàkk waaye léegi la tax nit di ñu wax gëm yàlla ne yàlla dana ñëw bés penc dana ñëw yàlla dekkal jaam yi xisaab leen teg leen ci seen kanam ñee war a dem àjjana dem ñee war a dem safara loolu moom seytaan génne na ko ci xel mi xol bi ba gëmatu ko loolu mooy lamata seytaan boo xam ne da lay tashkiik ci mabaadil aqida ci li nga xam ne moom nga war a gëm dëgg te nga xam ne soo ko gëmul rek yow sa gëm yàlla matut noonu la seytaan def kon feebar yu amraad qalbi yooyu fee seytaan nay dugg loolu mbaa nit ñi dañuy wax rek pour lii how many millions yi ñu ngi fi wala how thousands of years nit ñaa ngi fi di dee kenn demagut ñëw soo nit ñi dañuy wax loolu mu bari ci communities yi nga xam ne danañuy ooyee seen bopp religious people moo xam ci biir diina jile wala feneen koo xam ne fi mu ne la ko fa bàyyi rek mooy social condemnation bi la munta presso bi war a ñëw su fekkoon ne wane na génn na ko nit ñi bàyyee nit ñi teg ko fenn dootu am consideration bi loola ci boppam la bëgg a ñàkk rek waaye xol ba dara gëmatu ci loolu nag loolu moom lu jar a musa yàlla la loolu ku seytaane dana koy faral di def kooku mooy amraat qalbi wala yeneen amraat qalbi yoo xam ne feebari xol yoo xam ne feebar ba kañaan la ca indi waaw moom daal si moom rek moo war a am suy jàng moo fi war a raw suy taar moo fi war a gën a rafet suy sol moo war a gën a sol lu baax suy tukki moo war a dem maanaam keneen ku dem wala keneen ku am dara rek xol bi commencé na di ñax-ñaxi loolu it kañaan la ndax képp koo xam ne sa xel war naa daj ne ahum yaqsimuuna rahmata rabbika nahnu qasamnaa bayna maichatahum fi lxayaati dunia képp koo xam ne sa xel war naa daj ne yow nekkuloo yow yaay joxe yàlla mooy kiy joxe yàlla mooy kiy xamle mooy joxe gi nag moo xam jox ak jamaal la taar la jox loola moo koy séddale dégg nga ku doon bind sa bopp gën a rafet ñëpp waaye ngay rafet kële ngay rafet kële ñaaw bëgg ko xañaane ab taaram wala zaka la ak ñaw xel la da ngeen di jàng mu mën la raw fuuf nga mu gaaw a mokkal doo gaaw a mokkal mu gaaw a xam nga ngeen research mu gën laa nekk prolifique yooyu yëpp bu ko ci iñaane dara jàppal ne yow góorgóorlu te lële moo ci sa wërsëg te it lay barkeel yàlla moo ko xam dégg nga kon wala am nga ko iñaane wala xam-xam nga ko iñaane wala taar nga ko iñaane wala popularité sax nit koo xam ne defalut nit ñi dara waaye yàlla def nit ñi bëgg ko rek fu mu toll nit ñi wax ko lii yëpp nit dina koy iñaane moromam nitam loolu seytaane moo koy def xasad foog nga tathir sa xol bi d'accordal yàlla la muy def suy taar ñam ko jox nga d'accord ko suy am ñam ko jox nga d'accord ko suy xam ñam ko jox nga d'accord ko suy xabool ndax nga jox nga d'accord ndax iñaan googu sax nag danay tax nit di ñaaw njortu ci nit waaw iñaan googu mooy indi ngay indi sa ñaaw njortu di ñëw fabrication xanaa kii dafa liggéey nit ñeeg waaw xanaa moom dafa am relation ak diw ak xanaa naa ngi lii yëpp ci xeeti iñaan la ab julli daal lépp loo xam ne leeru ko na ca fóot xelam ak xolam bam set wecc gëm ne jàllaa ko dogalee noonu bu mu ci am benn ñaaw njort lu mu ci am benn suspicion bu mu ci am benn fabrication ma xam ne noonu la demee su demee ba wër ko nag mu mën a digal kooka ka koy def te lu dul yoon mu digal ko su ko mënee bàyyi mu bàyyi su ko mënta digal mu xam ne amul sama ci moom sañ-sañ waaye mu jàpp ci boppam yàlla bañ a continuer ñaaw njort kon bokk na ci amraat xalbi yi comme ni ma ko feebaru xol yi mooy feebaru subha bi muy dugal ci ngëm yàlla ak nit ki dootu doyloo yàlla dootu doyloo diine dootu gëmu yoma xiyam dootu gëm dara day mel ñi tuddee lem gu kafang rek dara nekkatu fa julit yàgg moom sim dégg nga ramzi la rek dafa mel ni symbole la boo xam ne amut benn meaning ci moom loolu danay dal nit jamono yu bari jaad nu jullit bi musul ci yàlla am na goo xam ne iñaan la boobu moom feebar la boo xam ne borom sax la lay njëkk a lakk moom borom lay njëkk ba tax yàlla sax di muslu ci feebaru ki ñaa di ñu wax ni ci min sharri hasidin iza hasad moom borom ci boppam lay njëkk a lakk balaa keneen dégg nga am boo xam ne suu zann la seytaan dañuy ñëw ci suu zann gis nit ku baax ñu day ngis sal rek waaw ku yomb bu dikr yàlla lu bëri nga ne xaalis lay wut rek yàlla taxul ku tabe nga ne day politique rek boo demee dafa bëgg a taxaw candidat sax da fekk mën naa li muy defeem yëpp jaamu yàlla la koy defal loolu mooy suu zann dégg nga gis nga ko mu taxoo jàkk jàppal ne dafa baax rek dégg nga gis nga ko muy saraxe jàppal ne dafa baax rek gis nga ko muy jokk bokk jàkkale na waaye fi ne nii ki nga xam ne suu zann ñaaw njort la am seytaane dugal na ci xol bi ñaaw njort lépp lu ñu def rek dina am benn tafsir bu mu ko firee moom ba pare di jox ko lay justifié tabrir ba de ndax kat bokkoon na ci li jaadu ida atayta nafsaka xaqa tafsir aati li gayrika xaqa tabrir waaw gis nga action bi am moom comme que dafa ñaaw njort rek beneen bi la koy firee dégg nga mu ngi muuru dafa baax dafa am lu muy kanamam bi lu muy nëbb rek xam naa dafa am kawaram gi moo xuse wala nangam xala ko ñaaw njort di koy jaamu yàlla def loolu dégg nga mu ngi tabe ci nit ñi ngay dafay ngistal mu ngi am aajo nit ñi nga ne xëy na dafay politique mais bi dafa bëgg taxaw kaan mu ngi nangam lii yëpp ñaaw njort moo koy indi kon bokk na ci seytaane lu muy duggee ci nit mooy suu zann beneen bi gën a garaaw nag xëy na laa yaqillu xuturatan boo xam ne dëgg moom it dafa garaaw mooy shahwa waaw moo tax fa in lam yastajibu laka fa'lam annama yattabi'una ahwaahum waaw mooy shahwa hawa wa man ittaba hawa bi ghayri hudan yaa ngi gis shahwa bànneex topp sa nafsu seytaane danay duggee nit ci loolu waaw mooy ne nit ki daal lu ko neex la xam maanaam xëy na weddiwu ne li lu bon la de waaye bakkanam yóbbu na ko ca nag pexe moom bakkan bi daal xam na ne sàngara dafa xaraam waaye miin na ko moom toll danay naan waaw xam na ne wal iyaazu billah zina dafa xaraam ki nga xam ne buum ak say doxut seen diggante muy góor muy jigéen daganaantewu leen waaye seytaane yóbbu na ko ca loolu it ci seytaane ci bakkan topp bànnee xam danay am xam na ne rashwa nger dafa xaraam waaye xaalis moom mënu koo muñal fenn waaw gëm na daa xaalis bu dugg ci poosam daal jeex na alali jàmbur dafa xaraam dara yii hawa lay nekk nit ki seytaane dana koy xiir ci bànneexu bakkanam ba nga xam ne du teet lenn waaw du teet lenn ci loo xamante ni lu jëm ci bakkan la am na koo xam ne nafsam moo tax danañuy jéemal ñu ne nafs mooy yàlla goo xam ne bakkan moo koy def ci lenn la lay xiir waaye mooy yàlla goo xam ne seytaane la moom dafa bari tanawwa moom dana bari ay xeet ya tanawwa masalan su fekkee ne sàngara la ko bakkanam nattu seytaane xiir na ko foofu ñu ne dañ ko tuddee mooy yàlla ak bakkan mënta ñàkk naan coolu mooy nangam nëbboog nangam rus ak kere waaye foog mu naan bakkan bi na ci yóbbu nit dégg nga wala mënta ñàkk jël nger xaalis moom foog na ne su ko xamul torox na dee na mënta ñàkk foog mu jël nger loolu wala yaasu billah wala mënta ñàkk njaalo wala yaasu billah yii yëpp seytaan danay xiir bakkan bam continuer ca xam ne bakkan bala topp waaye xam na ne lii moom su toogee waxtaan ngeeganaayam rek dana xam ne lii baaxul kon boobaa nag xam sa feebar danay dimbale nga mën koo faj soo xamee ne seytaane buntab xadab la may ñëwee buntab mer soo meree na sa xel daj na seytaane ngi soo xamee ne seytaane danay jax-jaxal sama xol di ma sikki sàkkaloo ci sama gëm yàlla dégg nga kon saa yi ñëwee xamal ne kat ba yéeféeree waxee ne zaama alladina kafaru an lan yubaasu yàlla ne akay qul balaa wa rabbi la tubaasunna na sa xel di daj la yàlla di wax waaw na koy xel daj bañ waxee ne waaw ndax bés bañ dana taxaw ndax dañ leen dekkal yàlla ne akay giñ naa ko ci sa borom ne dinaa ko def kon saa yi la seytaane ñëwee ci tashkik di la sikki sàkkaloo sa xel nay daj loolu su fekkee iñaan la fóotal sa xol bi ba mu set xam ne ahum yaqsimu rahmat rabbika yàlla moom moo séddaleel boppam ndax kat ki xam lépp joxoo ko dara maanaam xam nga bala bi ñuy wax ne dañ la war a hold accountable mooy dafa fekk li nga yore moomoo ko ñu ne leen ndax def nga ci li def nga ci la loolu mooy indi li nga yore ko moomul su ko nit ñi moomee kay you'll be held accountable su fekkee nañ la check at balance xool li ngay def jaadu na am jaaduwul mooy ne fekkee yow da ngaa moom xale li nga yor xale keneen waaye li nga moom kay yàlla nag comme que moom lépp su ñëwee di jox xam nga moo tax mbir mi joxe gi du am jaadu na ak jaaduwul doo xam tuuti na ak bëri na ndax moom nu ko neex la koy defee boobaa nag yow soo ko xamee noonu sa xol bi da nga cay fóot ba mu set wecc da nga ci moromanteeg nit dàq koo jàng ëpp ko xam-xam mu am loo amut xëy na yàllaa la wërsëgal xam-xam ba waaye moom wërsëgal ko am ba yooyu dafa am man nga ko dàq jàng ëpp ko xam-xam maa muskila yooyu yëpp waaye sa xol nag war a seet ak kiñaan gu ci nekk ak noonu gu ci nekk loolu ab julli war na ko bàyyi xel naka noonu su la fekkee seytaan daf lay ñëwee ci wàllu shahwa wàllu bànneex waaw fa yatma alladi fi qalbi maradun mooy xol boo xam ne shahwa moo fa ne waaw fala taxdaana bi qawli fa yatma alladi fi qalbi maradun am na koo xam ne xolam dégg nga mënta muñ shahwa ak bu mu mën a ne problème la ci am bànneex am problème la ci am kooka foog muy sori place yooyu nga xam ne li ñuy tuddee mawaqi al fitan wala mawaadi al fitan yi nga xam ne mun naa nekk fitna ci moom moo tax yàlla tagg na ne inna alladina taqaw ñooñu nga xam ragal nañu yàlla ida massahum taifa min ash-shaytan tadhakkaru waaw ida massahum taifa min ash-shaytan tadhakkaru fa ida hum mubsirun ñooñu nga xam ne ragal nañ yàlla bu fekkee seytaan yi ñëw ne ba bëgg leenal jax-jaxal rek ñu dellu fàttaliku yàlla ñu dellu tudd yàlla ñu dellu muslu ci yàlla moo tax xakim ba bañ ko laajee ku wise man ba mu ne su fekkee da ngay dem ci kër jàmbur xaj ba di la bow mënuloo dugg nooy def nga ne xëy damay woo borom su ma woo borom moom borom dina mun na ko mu ngo comme que kon nag seytaane moom waaw li ngay def mooy su fekkee ne mu ngi lay jéem a cokkaas fastaiz billah nga muslu ci yàlla rek yàlla mi nga xam ne moom lépp moo ko yilif kay moo ko ëpp kàttan soo musloo ci moom rek boobaa nga bokk ci jaamam yooyu nga xam ne moom lay wax ne inna ibaadi laysa laka alayhim sultaan sa coow li yow seytaane lu muy bari say pexe lu muy bari say man-man lu muy bari bunt yi ngi leen mën a duggee lu muy bari ba xam ne am na Ibn Abbas waxee ne yajri majra dem fi ibni aadam dégg nga dafay daw comme daw waay deret ci doomu aadama waaye pexe yooyu yëpp yàlla ne ko inna ibaadi laysa laka alayhim sultaan jaam ñooñu nga xam ne nangu nañ seen ak njaam yaa ci nangu maa wéetal nangu maa jaamu di def samay ndigal di bàyyi samay tere gëm la ma leen gëmloo dégg nga yem ci la ma leen digal bàyyi lépp la ma leen tere seen kam kàttan ñooñu moom mënuloo leen dara ba daree boole jaam ñooñu nag la nit war a mën a wala doomu aadama bi war di bàyyi xel fu mu toll mu ngi dund ak noonu boo xam ne moo ko fi njëkk mooy seytaan moo ko fi njëkk te moo ko fi mujjit ki la fi njëkk xam na fi loo xamut ki la moo la fi mujjit mooy dana fi gis loo gisut kon noonu boobu su fekkee caay-caay gi muy def gi ñëwu ko fenn lu dul bi izzatika caay-caay gi mu pare def ci tedd ngaak ci màgg ak yàlla la ko géñee kon noonu boobu mat na bàyyi xel moo tax xaatimul asam waxoon sëriñ ba bokk na ci masale yim jàng muy masale yu bari juróom-ñetti masale yooyu bokkoon na ci mu ne ma day gis naa doomu aadama yi di noonoo di xëccoo di bañante di sibante def lépp waaye ma gis ne lii yëpp ñàkk xam seen ab noon la waaw soo xamut kuy sa noon nag da nga noonoo ku dul sa noon waaw soo xamut kuy sa noon ndax soo xamee ne seytaane moo war a nekk sa noon inna seytaane aduwwun lakum mu ne ba yàlla waxee ne seytaane day mooy seen noon mu ne man de booba laa ba noonoo ku dul seytaane bépp doomu aadama daal sama relation ak moom noonoo xaju ci seytaane daal laa jàpp ne mooy sama noon te bu boobaa ak bakkan bi nga xam ne ci moom la seytaane di jaar di def lépp loo xam ne mooy luñ santul la ndax seytaane mooy jaar ci bakkan fuuf ko ak rëy nekk ci moom ak diis nekk ci moom dégg nga muy ndamoo ay askanam lépp jëfi seytaane la wala ndamoo alalam jëfi seytaane la Qaaruun waxun innamaa utiitu alaa ilmin min indi lim am gëm na moo dégg nga kàttana ma ko may masalan xam-xama ma ko may pexe ma ko may yooyu musiba la dégg nga seytaane mooy dugg ci nit mu ndamoo alalam gëm na njaaraamam la ndamoo xam-xamam gëm na njaaraamam la ndamoo askanam su ko defee loola nag mooy tax mu indi xeebeel ñeneen ñi nga xam ne melut ni ñoom suy alal mu xeeb ki ñàkk suy xam mu xeeb ki xamut ndaxam gëm ne zaka boobu moom moo ko may boppam dégg nga suy nasab muy am muy indi discrimination muy suy famille wala xeet muy indi discrimination ak yeneen lii yëpp jëfe seytaane la kon xëy na ñu ngi woon ne waxtu waa ñuy dab waaye noonu bi gën a ñu bëgg a wax rek mooy nañ delloo siwaat seen xel jàppaat seytaan yu baax muy suñu noonu ñu gën a xam bunt yu ñuy indee bunt yi limu na buntab mer ci la bokk buntab shahwa bànneex ci la bokk buntab subha ci la bokk di taski xol bi di lëntuloo xol bi waaye am na yeneeni bunt yu bari yi boroom xam-xam lim bokk na ci buntab ajala sax al ajalati yàkkamti waaye yàkkamti am dara yàkkamtee def dara yépp seytaane moo lay tax ba nga dugg ci loo xam ne duggoowut kon ñu ñaan yàlla subhaanahu wa taala mi nga xam ne moo mën a musal ci seytaane yéen ñu musal ci seytaane ci biir kër yi ci liggéeyukaay ci mbedd mi ci office yi ci institutions yi ci marché yi ci place yi yépp ci tool yi pépp fu fi waaye ne rek yal na la yàlla dàqal seytaane yàlla jubale laaj ñi nga xam ne yaa ngi ko seqat ci ñoom yàlla def jàmm ci réew mi def ko ci mboolem àddina bi kër gii di jaar tees mi nga xam ne ñoo ñu jàppale ba mën a bokk ak yéen message bi yal na fi yàlla saxal jàmm yàlla fi soril fi seytaane yàlla def fi jàmm def fi naataange def fi yokkute di gërëm ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekkoon si xarala gi leen ñaanal yàlla yokkute musal leen ci seytaane seen mbokk loon seen xarit al Oustaz Alhaji Mbaye Sakho wasalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu jërë ngeen jëf